Hello everyone, I'm Billy and I'm making an asymmetric single-player real-time strategy game called King's Country. This is the very first of what I hope will be many devlogs, cataloguing the highs and lows of building and releasing my first complete game in Unity as a solo dev. So in this game, the player takes on the role of a forest who needs to protect themselves from endless waves of human enemies who are trying to steal their trees and wildlife. The player can make use of various special abilities and units to make sure the forest remains intact. Think Warcraft 3, but you play as the map. The game started as a small dinky prototype that I threw together while studying game design during one of my trimester breaks. And out of all the small dinky prototypes I developed, I thought this one had the most potential to be turned into a fully fledged and released game. Upon revisiting the prototype, I discovered that the way the game was built would need to be revised. At the time of its development, my coding and optimization skills were still very much in development. But the plan is to start from scratch with a brand new Unity project and use the lessons I've learnt from completing my degree and various professional projects to recreate and improve upon the prototype. In its current form, the game breaks down as such. You have four main resources: wild energy, which is your main currency. It's what you use to purchase trees and units. You have trees, self-explanatory. Trees are purchased with wild energy, but every 20 to 30 seconds they will produce some. Then we have the wildlife. This represents how many creatures you have living in the forest. Creatures will spawn gradually over time, but are vulnerable to hunting, so you need to protect them. Various purchases are unavailable unless you have a certain amount in the forest. And then finally is the population. This is the limit to how many units you can have in the forest. Then there are the enemies. Enemies constantly spawn at the four corners of the map at a slowly increasing rate over the game. There are lumber enemies. These enemies focus entirely on cutting down your trees. If a unit comes within range, they will switch targets to that unit, but their main goal is to deforest the entire map. Then there are the hunters. These are quick-moving enemies that focus on your wildlife and will attempt to hunt them into extinction. And finally, the warriors. These enemies will focus on killing your units. If there are no units to kill, they will protect the lumberjacks. Then you have the player units. There is the bullywug. This is a basic cheap infantry unit that can take on several lumberjacks at a time. Then there's the ent. This is an enormous tank unit that can take on lumberjacks very easily, but have a hard time against warriors. They are slow-moving but strong. And there's the succubus. This is a fast-moving range unit that can transform into a watchtower. There's also your special abilities. The prototype only has one that is functional and implemented. This is the rune ability. This creates a magical zone in which your units are healed, and any trees within the zone get a boost to their energy production. So between these units and your runes, the player needs to stop the enemy cutting down the forest, and try and reach 3000 wild energy. Pretty simple game loop, takes about 40 minutes to complete, but it's really quite engaging to play, hence why I'm attempting to recreate it. I have some great ways of expanding the game and giving it some extra juice, including more abilities, units, enemy tiers. I've written a 10-page game design document and have virtually everything planned. Now I just have to do it. The scope of the project isn't huge, neither is it small, it's something comfortably in between. So that's it. That's the plan and the project so far. I look forward to documenting this experience. I estimate that the project will take the whole year of 2023, but we all know that things tend to get dragged out, especially when you have a full-time job and a baby under one. I'll have to see what happens, and so will you. So thanks for watching. Give my channel a like and a subscribe to get the ball rolling on this venture. Leave a mean-spirited comment down below, and if you want to play the janky prototype as it is, there will be a link in the description to the itch page. Peace and love. Thank you very much.